Hey y'all. Oh my gosh, it feels so weird doing the videos. I swear, like, filming is something you have to get used to because I don't know, it's just awkward talking to yourself on camera. And I keep wanting to look at my face, but I know you guys are right here. Anyways, we are at Kentrell's practice. The other three boys did not have practice today. And I plan on working a little bit today since I have not really been able to work lately. But I also wanted to come and say hi to y'all, let y'all know what's going on. I am trying to get the videos out. I have them. I just need to edit them. I had to re-record some of them, and so that's what made it so that I couldn't like post, and they're just not fully edited. And I did delete some, so it's a hot mess. Either way, how y'all doing? How's everybody doing? I'm doing well. I know a lot has been going on lately. The boys have started virtual school. They started football practice. I also started working for Grubhub. So, as usual, Trina getting stretched in each direction. And so I did have to fall back from YouTube because I just didn't have the time. Well, shall I say the time management just wasn't there. And, you know, it's been a lot going on, though. I did want to tell you guys, when I do start posting videos again, they will have, oh gosh, this fly. They will have a Bible verse to start them. That I know that may be a shock to some of you because I know I've said it in several videos that I'm not religious and things like that, but I did grow up Christian. I took a break from Christianity, and recently I went back to Christianity. And I want to say it's just always felt like the right thing, even though I felt like I did want to get some questions answered. Some questions weren't answered, and it kind of made me feel like this probably isn't for me. Plus, how people make Christianity in today's world, it just, everything about it kind of just, I won't say everything about Christianity itself, but everything about this worldly version of Christianity just made me repel against it. But, you know, speaking of worldly Christianity, it just kind of put me... No, it's not. Booga got that. It just kind of pushed me. It did push me away from that, which I feel at fault for, because at the end of the day, I can't define my relationship with God off of other people's relationship with God. Just because they faking and they not doing what they supposed to be doing, and they call themselves Christian, has nothing to do with me being a Christian and actually trying to live my life like a Christian, which I honestly don't even like to call myself a Christian, because I feel like when you are a Christian, you're truly walking in faith. You know, you're relying on Jesus through everything, you know, and you're able to fight off your flesh. Not to say that you're perfect, but you actually try to fight off your flesh. With me, who I am, I like to claim I am aspiring to be Christ-like, okay? I'm not good with my flesh right now. I still have ego issues. I'm still trying to learn how to control my impulses and things like that. But yeah, I'm aspiring to be Christ-like. Now, I do want to get to be a Christian eventually, but I'm not that right now, and I don't want to claim that. When I became an adult, and after I didn't have all these kids, and I'm like, you know what, I just want to get my life right with God, I started going to church. And mind you, I have a 5-year-old, I have a 2-year-old, I have a 1-year-old, and I'm pregnant with Asante. And when I would go to church, I would have people who would just stare at me. Some people would give me that look like, you shouldn't even be here, that judgy look, or they would laugh. I never felt really welcomed. And so that kind of pushed me away. Well, it did push me away. I always felt like people were trying to look down on me. You know, I was just trying to go to church so that I could develop a relationship with God. Whereas if people were trying to develop a relationship, it wasn't like out of, we just want you to get a relationship with God. It was out of, how can we make you into a story to make us look better? But yeah, you know, back then it was like, I feel like when I finally did decide to leave this worldly Christianity, which I won't say worldly. At that time, I felt like I was leaving Christianity because it wasn't for me. When I did leave, it was just because I felt like you had two extremes. On one extreme, you had people who were telling us that, you know, you can sin. If you sin, it's not that big of a deal. God will forgive you. That's what forgiveness is for. And they were like trying to say that certain sins were not, like, it was okay. Like, I'm gonna just give an example of one, and you know, please don't come for train. I'm just giving an example. I am not homophobic. I just go off what the Bible say. I don't believe homophobic. I'm not saying being a homosexual is a sin. I am saying that the Bible says it is a sin. And you had pastors and preachers who were preaching that it was okay. And I'm just like, that is not telling people what they need to hear. That's leading them astray. That's not of God. And when you have pastors who are preaching against the word of God, but they're saying they're preaching in the name of God, you have a problem. My thing is I don't believe in, like, I'm not the type of person to try to condemn people or do any stuff like that. Like, I feel like I'm more focused on addressing the problems within myself versus trying to address the problems in other people. But I don't like when people lie, right? And they do this false prophesizing, and they're like, oh, you know, this, you could do this and you could do that. No, you cannot. You cannot. If it's against the Bible, it's against the Bible. Like, you're just not supposed to do it. Like, if you're gonna claim you're a Christian, I expect you to, you know, line up with what that Bible says. If the Bible says that something is wrong, then I expect for you to understand that that is wrong. Just the fact that you know, you had preachers who were saying that stuff was okay when, you know, clearly the Bible says it's not okay. That was the issue for me. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all, my bad. I had to get my babies over here to the car. I do not like when people, like, they have all this room and they just have to walk by my children. Baby, no, we're not doing that, okay? But anyways, I don't like that, because I feel like if you say you are Christian, right, but you are here telling people that they are able to do things that the Bible clearly says we're not supposed to do, then you can't be a Christian. I'm sorry, you're not a Christian. You got to judge people by, what did the Bible say? Judge them by the fruits. Yeah, you can say all day that you're a Christian, but if you're saying that the things that God says in the Bible are sins, right? And you're saying that they're sins, but we can still do them, and God gonna forgive us. That's not in the Word. Forgiveness is in the Word, but you talking about people can just do all these things and it's gonna be okay. God said we gotta either be of the world or we gotta be of Him, but we cannot be of both, okay? And that really pushed me away, because I'm like, what's the point of going to church if I'm just gonna be hearing lies? Like, you're not even preaching the word. You're preaching your version of the word, and I don't come here for that. But you know, and that's real. That I don't like that. Now, on the other end of this worldly Christianity, I feel like you have people who try to weaponize the Bible, meaning they use it as a way to try to condemn people. And the thing is that we are not able to condemn people. If you see somebody sinning, you know, you can't just go up in there, oh, I'm a Christian, so I can tell you that. No, baby, no. None of us are perfect. All of us sin. All of us fall short, right? So just because you see somebody sinning or somebody sins differently than you does not give you a right to go over and try to be hateful and try to use Jesus or the Bible as a way to spew hate. Because even when Jesus was here on earth, He didn't do that with His word, right? He even when they were trying to get Him to stone that lady that had committed adultery, right? Jesus was like, you know, whoever has not sinned, what is it? You without sin cast the first stone. So even then, He wasn't about trying to humiliate people or trying to you know, just be aggressive. Like, that's not Christianity either. I don't want to hear you tell me what I want to hear, right? But at the same time, I don't want you to try to send me to hell every time I'm coming to I'm coming asking for help and guidance on my journey with Christ, right? And so I had took a break. Now I still used to have, Jesus in my prayers and stuff like that, and I will say I stopped doing that about February. Around January, I found some information about law of attraction. And it was just something I was like, oh my gosh, this makes sense. This fits for me. I'm gonna try this out. So I completely took out Jesus out of my prayers, not necessarily just because of law of attraction, but because I was like, you know what, I don't really know about this, and I don't know if this fits me. And plus, I haven't been to church in so long. I didn't even listen to church music. I literally fell out of line. And after so many years, I stumbled across law of attraction, and I started getting into that. I even got a planner, a law of attraction planner, which I will tell y'all, I love that planner. It had so many things about it that I loved, like your goal trackers, how you gonna achieve your goals, what are your main goals for that month, just so many things like that, right? And it was filled with many positive affirmations, and it talked about meditation and all of that good stuff. The only thing that I kind of did the side eye at is the cover, which the cover was a circle, but it had like a horoscope, like it was all the signs and stuff like that. I wasn't too thrilled about that, and I'm not gonna lie, I was super excited about getting this book, this planner, because y'all, I'm planner crazy. Like, your girl got stickers on tops of stickers. I got 20 notebooks that I write in, and I use all of them simultaneously. Not literally 20, but I have too many notebooks. Like, there's no reason why I need this many. I probably got like 4 or 5 that I write in all the time, and I love doing that stuff. It helps me keep track, and so I finally had a chance to just do everything in one planner, and I got to keep up with it, and I was excited about getting it. But when I got it, I felt I don't know, it was something about it that just did not resonate with my spirit. And at the time, I just, I was like, oh, I'm happy. Like, I didn't really acknowledge it. I didn't want to acknowledge it, right? I was just like, it's time to get to work. And the weird thing about this planner is I love getting in my planners. I like keeping up with stuff. But, like, when I would say from January to now, I've probably written in that thing enough to fill up 1 month, right? So it is now it's now September, and from January, that's 8 months. I probably completed a month for between the months that I was doing it. Which was weird. And I just told myself that I probably wasn't doing in it like I would normally be in it, because it was intimidating, which, you have something holding you accountable. And I that's what my reasoning was. But really and truly, it was something my spirit knew that it was not right. Well, about a few days ago, I'm up and I'm, researching, because I have gotten back into the Bible and, doing my research in the Bible and things like that. And here it comes up, law of attraction and all those things is part of Satanism. Like, it's, reading the stars and all that stuff. And I'm like, that's why it did not feel good in my spirit, because my spirit, even though I wasn't active in the Bible, I have so many years behind me. Like, I'm talking about from childhood, where I've really invested and really wanted to be Christ-like, right? And I'm aspiring to be Christ-like, trying to walk with God, trying to be God-like, Christ-like. And even though I gave up on Christ, Christ didn't give up on me. And that Holy Spirit still stayed with me, protected me. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, y'all. I didn't even realize it that night. I want to say later that day, it clicked in my head like, sis, you got the planner. Like, get rid of that planner, y'all. The planner had to go. The stickers that the planner came in had to go. I got that junk at my house because, like, once my mind realized that I had that in my house, like, I started feeling sick. I started feeling nauseous. Like, I couldn't even finish doing what I was doing. I was trying to clean up. I had to go lie down because I really started feeling sick. And then, like, my mom was just like, get that thing up out of here, like, it gotta go. So I got rid of it, and I have felt better. It's just crazy the things that you can stumble across when you are, not trying to invest in your relationship with Jesus. And yeah, it was a hot mess. I'm glad I got rid of it. I'm glad that I seen it. But y'all, going back, I would say about, what's today, the 15th? I would say a little over a month ago. So around August 15th. Actually, no, let me bring you back, y'all. So I've told y'all how I've been trying to get rid of, like, cut off my toxic relationships. So when my mama died, I told y'all how, like, I cut off all my toxic friends. I literally went from having a few friends that I knew were toxic, I knew didn't mean me well, to having 0 friends. And I just started learning how to be by myself. I cut off my toxic relationship with my youngest children's father completely. And I just really started working on myself, started working on my mental state and stuff like that, healing. And then it got to a point, like, when I had the issue with the cancer, right? I told myself then, like, I felt like I just had too much hate in my heart. Like, I was really angry. And I don't know if it was just all that bottled up anger, because y'all know how sometimes people say, you be going through things when y'all got a lot of hate in your heart, or if it was just a sign, like, you need to go ahead and get yourself together. Because I don't know, y'all, when my mama passed away, it really just made me realize that we do not know when we gonna leave. We don't know how much time we have. So the best thing you can do is try to live your life right, but also don't be letting people disrespect you. Like after the cancer scare, after I had the surgery, I want to say I cut my interactions with these 2 people that I still have toxic. Like, I know I supposed to have stopped talking to them like I was, but it's hard to break those relationships, especially when you I don't know, when you feel like these people depend on you in one way or another, or you feel guilt. And I did feel guilt from my child, because I felt like I should have said something. I should have spoke on the things that were going on in that house, but I didn't, because I didn't want my siblings to, like, blame me for them not growing up with their parents or whatever. So I've dealt with a lot of guilt for that over the years. And not to go into it too much, but I ended up getting a visit from my mom. Like, after I had surgery, I got a visit from my mom where she, like, actually talked to me like that. And that was so weird, because I was very much unlike her. She was just not the type of person to talk to us. She did more yelling than anything. And so I actually got to talk to her, and she, she just told me, I don't know, maybe I daydreamed it or what, but it felt super real. And she just told me, she loves me, and that she was sorry for our childhood, and that, I can't be blaming myself. There's nothing I could have done, and that I need to let that go, and I need to live a better lifestyle. As far as, like, she didn't say it in that actual, like, verbatim, but, like, that was the gist of what she said. Like, you need to stop holding on to that. Like, that's not, like, the only person that feels that way is you. So I needed that, right? And then I tried to cut them off that night. Like, y'all, it was a hot mess. But I tried to cut them off that night. I snapped off the smallest little thing. I was like, oh, that's the reason. And I told them I didn't want to talk to them no more. And then, like always, we get into it, and then eventually we're cool again and stuff like that. And it's like, I'm constantly telling myself, like, no, you need to stop. Like, and I would distance myself again, only to be pulled back again. And then I want to say this past January, so I had the surgery June 6th, 2019. Around February, I cut off one of my siblings, right? And the other one was so much harder for me. I remember just praying like to God, which is weird because I was saying I wasn't, religious, but I'd be like, God, please, like, can you please just get it so that me and this person is not cool? Like, I just don't want to be accessible for this person. I don't want this person to want to reach out to me. All this stuff, like, this person is toxic. I've given this person so many chances to not be toxic, try to help this person, and it's just who they are right now, right? They're being used as an agent of chaos, and they comply with that. So I can't have this person in my life because I want peace in my life. And just randomly, it was so weird. Like, we had somebody that was just joking, right? They were just playing about us because we always argue. Like, me and this sibling argues a lot. Like, we just don't get along. And it turned into an argument. And then, like, I was just like, if you, like, the only reason I deal with you is because I feel like you need me. And this person told me that they don't need me. And it was like a weight lifted off me, because it was good hearing that. Like, okay, now I don't have to feel sorry for you when I feel like you need somebody. I'm just gonna pray for you. Like, I'm gonna pray for you and be done with it. I felt guilty like that night, and I felt guilty that day because, I'm just the type of person, like, I'll let people mistreat me, and then for some reason, like, it's like I've been conditioned to feel bad that I stood up for myself. And so I did, but then I would say I prayed about it, and I was like, I didn't do anything. Like, I just tried to be rational, but, some people don't want to be rational. And so after I realized that I got what I asked for, I felt good after that, right? Now, mind you, I started feeling good. Like, I started feeling much better. I don't know. It was like a weight lifted off of me. This goes to say where in the Bible, I want to say a preacher has said one time where, the devil don't mess with people who he doesn't have to worry about, who are not working on anything. And I feel like because I let go of that toxic bondage, that freed up some of the problems in my mind, And I would say I started feeling better. I started feeling better. I don't know, I was just in a happier place, right? Because now my mind is telling me now there's not going to be any more toxic behavior around me. God has blessed me. I don't have to stress about if somebody's going to try to embarrass me when we get around other people. It's like I don't have to entertain that person no more. And so that person doesn't have access to me no more like that, right? And I'm going to make sure that they don't, okay? Because they set me free. And lo and behold, y'all, I've been driving since I was 21. 20. Was it 21? Yeah, 21. I've been driving since I was 21. Don't ask me why it took so long. That's another conversation, okay? But I've been driving since I was 21. I have never gotten into an accident, right? I've never gotten into any type of accident at all. And then August 22nd, I'm going to say about a week and a half after I cut off this toxic relationship, I'm on my way home. I'm almost home, and boom, I get into an accident. Let me tell you guys how crazy it is, right? This car is in front of me, and this is me, right? We're driving. Okay, so we just passed the stop sign. So let's say this is a stop sign. Then they keep going. Now I'm at the stop sign. Now I'm going, right? We go, and this person goes all the way on the other side of the road. So far on the other side of the road that I'm able to pass by with no problem. And I'm driving, right? And then, boom, this person just comes and hits me, right? On my side. Now, just my side got damaged. And the crazy thing is, y'all, I usually have one kid right here, right? And like my kids would be somewhere like in here, right? All three. But usually somebody's sitting, my baby boy used to sit like right behind me. Now, I moved him from right there randomly. Like 2 days before that. Maybe a week before that. Just randomly moved him. Next thing you know, on that day, usually I have two kids sitting right here in the middle, right? And then Tashawn would be in the back. That day, Asante was in the back, and Shashawn was in the back, and Amari was right here in the middle. So nobody was even by here by this door. So when I got hit my door got hit, and it brushed up against my back door, like this door right behind me. But it was like, oh my gosh, like, it's like, oh my gosh, y'all, I'm still kind of in awe. So, I thank God for protecting me. And I went home. My main concern was that I did not have to pay, which, they found both of us at fault, even though I really feel like he was at fault. But I'll tell you about that later. Now, this is my first accident. I'm just like, it's okay. Lesson learned, gotta be careful. Okay. Not even 2 weeks later. Okay, so on this day, I am trying to go to work. Now, the kids, they practice start in the afternoon, but I do virtual school with them, right? And it's just hard trying to get time to do my DoorDash and Grubhub because, we're in school till about 2 o'clock, and then we're trying to finish. I got to do like when they add virtual school, I have to be around them the whole time because sometimes the computer mess up or they might have a question. So I'm not really able to do much around the house. So around that time, it's like where I'm trying to clean up my house. I'm trying to, do laundry, all that other stuff. And then after that, I would say I got to go to take them to practice. And sometimes I do like to try to go to their practice because they do like me to be here. Y'all get over here where I can see y'all. Hey! Amari, y'all get over here. Whew, this is a mess, y'all. They getting on my nerves. But I don't really have the time. Like before, when they didn't have school and I had open availability, I could hit that lunch hour for 2 hours and then hit that dinner rush for 2 hours and be done for the day. Some days I only did 2 hours doing lunch. Or 2 hours doing dinner, and I was good. I was straight. Now it's like both of those times are blocked off, and I'm having to, not only are those times blocked off, but I'm also having to work during the hours that are not busy, so I'm not making as much money. So I called my brother, and I feel bad because, on this day that I called him, mind you, this man works every single day. So for the past 2 months, he's been working every single day, where he gets off. He works 12 to 18 hours every day, and he's had 2 days off in that 2 month period. And I'll call him one day, and after he got off, and I'm like, hey, if you don't mind, could you help me with the kids today? Can you go to one of the practices so that go to the ones that get out first, so that you can grab the other ones so I can go and work? And can you switch cars with me? Because his car has much better gas mileage. I can get in his car and fill it up for $20 and get 300 and something miles, whereas $20 for my car is going to give me a half a tank of gas, and I can assure you it's not going to be nowhere near 100 some miles. So I was trying to make the most of that time so that I can not use as much gas from my truck, which, mind you, I didn't have much gas. Like, I think I was like almost on E, but he was going just to the practice, which was not even 2 minutes away, and I was just going to go get some gas money, like go work, get some gas money, try to get some bill money, try to get some football money. And he said, yeah, give me a minute. So I was at McDonald's, and we switched cars, and he went right over there. No questions asked or nothing. I'm so thankful to God for him because he helps me out so much. I got to pay him back as soon as I get to where I'm able. But I'm, doing my Grubhub, DoorDash, and it's like after 7:30, so practices are getting ready to end. I go to, my last DoorDash is over my baby boy's practice, so I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and pick him up after. So I go pick him up, and we're getting ready to head home, right? Now, I'm going this way, right? It's kind of, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get to where y'all can see it, but let's pretend like I'm going this way and the other car is going this way. So we're on one road, and we're going opposite directions. But over here on my side is where you can turn to where she would have been able to take a left, right? But y'all know right away, I get to go first. This girl just goes and turns right in front of me on my side. Now that day, my baby boy is on the other side of me, right? So I just had one kid in the car, and he's on the other side of me. I'm in a small car, and I just couldn't even believe that this was happening, because I'm like, I've not been in a wreck my entire life, and when I do get in a wreck, not even two, I get into 2 wrecks, not even 2 weeks apart from each other. And I don't know, it just kind of clicked to me that, am I losing protection? Like, am I losing God's grace because of my own ego, because of my need to always need to know everything? And I don't know, it just kind of clicked to me, like, you lose. I don't know what it was, y'all. I just really felt it in my spirit. It was like, you losing God's grace. And I didn't go home that day, but I want to say it was like some days later, where I tried to celebrate my mom's her birthday. And I got into I just started listening to church music, because that's what she liked it to do. And it kind of just hit me full circle, like, thinking about my mom on her birthday. She would always tell us, you better have God in your life. You better be praying to Jesus, because when you walk out in the world, you don't know, you need Jesus with you everywhere you go. And that's when I was like, oh my gosh, doggone it, she was right. She probably gave me a lot of problems, but she also gave me something to help me through life. And ever since then, I've kind of just been getting back. And the crazy thing is, I was like, once I blocked off Christianity and all of those things, it's kind of like I kind of became blind to the world. I wasn't paying attention to the things that were in the world. But ever since I've gotten back into reading the word, listening to the word, just reading and stuff like that, it's like, oh my gosh, y'all, it was like a wake-up call, because it's so much stuff. I want to say maybe 10 years ago, I remember thinking to myself, oh my gosh, a lot of stuff going on now is in Revelation, but oh boy, right now, this is Revelation, like, all around us. And the sad part is a lot of people don't realize it. A lot of people aren't paying attention. We're so, I don't even know what the word is, but we are that. And I just want to tell y'all, I'm praying for y'all. I'm praying for all of us, that we receive guidance and grace. I'm thankful to God that I got my wake-up call when I did, and that it didn't cause me any injuries. But it's scary that I felt like I could do this without Jesus. I really felt that. And oh my God, I'm just grateful to God that He's been watching over me and protecting us. I'm getting the kids caught up on the Bible, getting the kids caught up on things. But I'm still trying to find a church. I looked. I have not found one. I believe I might have found one, actually, because last night I was looking where we could go somewhere and like worship. The church, I prayed to God before I looked, right? I was praying. I was like, God, can you please send me somewhere where your word, how it is in the Bible, is going to be preached? And it was like one of the first things that came up, which I was like, I don't know about that, because y'all know, like, that's the first one. Come on now. How lucky am I going to be? But when I went to I was reading it, and they were like, they explained how they preach, which was different, because usually I don't remember ever seeing that on a church website. They'll talk about what denomination they are, and they say that they're non-denominational. I grew up Pentecostal, but that's fine with me. They pretty much said that they preach the Bible exactly how it is in the Bible, which I love that, because that's what I'm trying to come. That's what I come for. It is a mostly Caucasian church, which I'm going to try my best to not look at it like that. I'm not a fan of the music, but I try to, even with music of the world, I don't focus on the color, I focus on the words. So they did have some beautiful church songs. It's just an adjustment. You got to learn how to pay attention to the things that matter. I would like to see more African American people in there, just so I could feel comfortable and not feel like I'm the only black person in there, and I got I just don't. But if it comes to that, it's cool. Also, I grew up in a mixed church, but I listened to one of his sermons, right? And the sermon, I don't know, I didn't feel it at first, but then I realized it was what I needed, because I've been praying lately about God accepting me after I I won't necessarily say I denied him, but I just kind of stepped away from him in a major way, to the point where my children don't know much about the Bible. My oldest does, because we went to church when he was growing up, and he has some knowledge of it. But my younger children do not have any memories of going to church or learning about that. And I have not taught them about that much. I've gotten the DVDs for them to learn a few years ago and stuff like that, but like actually being involved and really trying to invest in their faith, I have not done that. And so, I've been praying about that, asking like, am I going to be forgiven for that? And, just really just asking God to bless my children, bless me, so that I can help them and help me find a church home for us. And the sermon that he talked was about being, acknowledging that, God knows that we are weak when it comes to the flesh, but and he'll forgive us for that, as long as we acknowledge that we let aside that ego and come to him humbly, acknowledging and saying that we know that we are not able to fight against this wickedness without him. We don't have worth without him. And so it kind of just I'll say for me, it just kind of sent me the message that I am going to be forgiven. I just need to, work with my, keep on this path. But y'all, it's getting dark. I said I just want to come talk to y'all real quick, and we done sat out here and talked for a good little minute, but I'm grateful for y'all. I'm gonna try my best to, I almost got one video uploaded, and I'm gonna try to keep with my schedule that I said I was gonna do with kids on Tuesday, me on Thursday, and something to do with the household on Saturday. But y'all be blessed, and I will see y'all hopefully tomorrow. Bye.